Hey everybody, it's Brian Hampton and Stephanie Waite here, your ChangeNerd co-founders. We are so excited that you joined us for our 5th episode of ChangeNerd Show. And I know it's so hard to believe, right, Brian?
Yes,
Episode
it's
5.
episode, yeah.
So this episode is all about the importance of filling your energy tank and how to do it. We're so excited that you're joining us this morning at Tuesday at 6:30 in the morning if you're here with us in Central Time. Brian, before we get into today's episode, tell us a little bit about ChangeNerd.
So ChangeNerd is an online learning community for enterprise change makers. So if you're in HR, IT, business transformation, change management, project management, jump into the ChangeNerd community. We have 2 learning channels. We have Future of Work and Global Work and Culture. We also have monthly events. So join us in the community.
So let's get into this week's episode. I know we only have a couple of minutes together to get these people off to work or wherever they're going and give them a little bit of espresso for their ears and some energy this morning. So obviously we're talking about energy, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit, like Brian, you're a dad, you've got a full-time job, you really extend yourself into the community. You talk to me on the daily, right? You have all of these outlets and these opportunities for your energy to be expended. But we really want to talk today about how do you actually get your energy back and how do you fill up your tank. So talk to us a little bit. How do you balance all that? How do you manage it? Like what would we tell people now about how they would manage their energy?
Yes, Stephanie, and you're super busy as well. But it really, managing your energy is super important. If we want to achieve anything in life, we have to pay attention to our energy. A lot of people have families, just professional ambitions, and energy is just something that's so critical. For me, it's a struggle on a daily basis. I'll be very honest with you. It's a struggle to maintain enough energy to complete everything on my to-do list. On top of that, life happens. So you get the occasional email that you have to kind of respond to, or maybe one of my kids are sick and I have to run to the school. So, maintaining energy is just super important. I think it really comes down to self-assessment. So one thing that I try to do on a daily basis is constantly assess how I feel. If I feel stressed out, or even if I'm happy, just kind of examine, what's happening right now. What condition did I put myself in to feel this way? And so in negative situations like stress, anxiety, I'm always thinking and writing down, okay, what did I do to create this situation? And how can I not repeat this in the future? And take steps to remove that. So you're very busy. You're the president of ACMP Midwest. You have a full-time role. We're killing it with ChangeNerd. How do you manage your energy so that you can achieve your stuff as well?
Yeah. So one, you and I talk about this all the time, right? Where you follow your passion, things just don't feel like work, right? They really truly fulfill you. And part of that and really understanding what your passion is, getting back to what you said, which is the self-assessment piece, really understanding where your value set is. Where do you love to be? What do you love to do? What brings you joy? What brings you energy? And to your point, really making a conscious decision to be aligned with that. So what I do often is similar to what you do, is make a list of what my values are. Part of that is really examining your own value system and your own value sets. And for me, I know I've talked about this quite a bit in each of our ChangeNerd show episodes, but that should really underscore and highlight the criticality of really knowing yourself first. If you don't know where your energy tank isn't filled up or it is overflowing, the idea here is to balance that out. So, I kind of examine myself in 4 areas. One of them is really around my physical energy. Do I feel like I'm rested? Do I feel like I have enough nourishment or fuel in my body? What am I doing to make sure that I have that physical energy that I need throughout the day? And that also doesn't happen. I know how to then position myself for the next day. If I'm waking up on a Sunday, that, I'm going to take it a little bit easier if I'm going to go work out. Then the second key piece is looking at kind of that emotional energy, right? Am I around the right people? We did an episode last week on toxic politics in the workplace, and that can be so emotionally draining for people. So it's really important to have your community around you that can really refuel you in an area to get you back to your identity and make sure that your emotional energy tank is filled. Then really looking at that mental or kind of the academic space. I know for you and myself, we're both academics, right? We need to know what's coming next. We want to be on the leading edge of change and the leading edge of what's going on, right, within our own community. So are we reading? Are we doing the right thing to get new knowledge and around those types of people? And then the last is something that you and I talk about a lot, which is about being purposeful.
Yeah.
And that's really your sort of purpose energy or your vision energy. And that is, what is your plan? Like, it can be loose. It can say, this year I want to do X, Y, and Z. And it can take a full year to get it. But are you really making choices that are in alignment with your purpose and your vision for the year? I'm not perfect by any means. There are certain choices that I make that aren't in alignment with that, and I can feel it. I know it right away.
Me too.
So, like you and I have talked about, it's about course correcting right in the moment and saying, you know what, actually, I'm going to say no to that, but I want to say yes to this because it really fulfills my passion and my energy tank.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so one thing I would say, just to kind of provide some tangible takeaways for anyone who's watching this video, is it's, once you understand how you would like to feel, obviously you want to be happy, you want to be balanced. It's understanding, like, what are those levers? You have meditation, you have rest, you have diet, you have exercise, and those are just some. Feel free to research others that you can leverage. But once you understand some of the ways in which you can balance your energy, then you can craft your own daily habits. And I would say daily, not weekly, so that you're constantly thinking about recalibrating yourself and staying ahead.
Yeah, Brian, I actually, one thing that I love whenever we think about creating new habits for ourselves or whatnot, we're actually making a change for ourselves. So I really want to underscore the importance of personal change and creating new personal habits, which is something that really can help you fulfill and fill up your energy tank, right? And in order to do that, one of the books that I love is this book by Robert Keegan and Lisa Leahy. They're out of Harvard. They're incredible people. And the book is called Immunity to Change. It gives you sort of a game plan of, how do we actually overcome barriers? What do we do? What can we do differently? And really, this is something that I've used in my own personal life for overcoming change. If I want to change my eating habits or do something differently at work. They give you a really nice sort of framework to think differently about how you want to do and create new habits.
So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this ChangeNerd episode. Go in the comments and tell us what's the major takeaway for you, and how are you recalibrating yourself and making sure that you have enough energy to achieve your task. And also, if you haven't already joined the ChangeNerd community, jump into community. We would love to see you there. Take care. See you next week.